Hi friends, I am happy to stand before you for today's classes. And last class we discussed about from the geography part. Lesson 1 we discussed maybe the 50% of the lesson we completed that day. And the second is the part 2, the same lesson part 2. And the same lesson also, India, size and location that we discussed. And there are some points we discussed in last class. That was the last video, maybe the locations, and also the size of our India. About that we discussed. And there are some parts we discussed from the India and the world. And the relationship between India and the world, about few points we discussed in the last class. Now, we are going to discuss the rest of the points and what are the remaining topics are there, just like India's and India's neighbors, neighboring countries are there. And about those topics also we will discuss and we will complete this lesson. And these are the main topic of this lesson: location, the size, India and the world, and India's neighbors. These are the main topics are there. We will discuss completely by today, and this lesson will be over. So, and now we can understand that maybe where the India's location on the globe. And what are the size of the India in the world map? That topic already over. So then also we can understand that maybe the time, how we settle the time in India. That means the Indian Standard Time. And here we can see that the standard meridian of India is 82 degrees 30 degrees east, passing through Mirzapur in UP, is taken as the standard time of India. So, you know that every nation they have their own standard time. They have to settle. So here we can see that very clearly in this India map. You know that maybe the standard meridian is going through this way, and maybe the UP touch Mirzapur touched by that meridian is going on 82 degree to 30. And according to this meridian only, we settled the time of India. Indian Standard Time we settled according to this standard meridian. And every nation, they will settle their own standard meridian. Then only they are able to set the time of their own particular nations. The same way, our meridian is going through the Mirzapur of UP, through that what the southern world. So, our standard meridian may be 82 degree or to 30 degree, and this standard meridian according to that we settle our own Indian Standard Time. Now we are going ahead. We can understand that maybe India and the world. There are few topics we discussed last class. Let me say once again one by one. Then we will go ahead. First of all, we discussed we have a strategic central location to India. You know that picture also that I showed to you. And you know that India is almost in Asia's central part. You can see here the picture. India is here only. You know, Asia is here. And from India, we are able to, through the voyage and through the landmark also, we are able to move towards the western sides of Asia and also the eastern sides of Asia. Because Asia is the line, maybe the southern part of the Asia. For us, and India is maybe the located even the southern central part. That purposely we are able to move to eastern side of Asia and western side of Asia very easily. That we discussed last class. Now, again when we go ahead, we can see that there are some features also ahead. So, no other countries has a long coastline on the Indian Ocean as India has an India. So you know that we have the coastline that I explained in the last class. We have the coastline with the western side also. You know that we can see that from the Gujarat onwards, southern part up to the Kerala, and you know that from Bay of Bengal, that's the eastern side, the coastal areas are there. So comparing other nations, we have the longest maybe coastal areas are there. That's one of the other benefits. And for the business purpose, through the voyage, marital trade, for everything, it was helping a lot for the Indian people. So that purpose only so many Europeans came to India because of the maritime trade, because we have this much coastal areas are available. And again when we go ahead, and India's contact with the world have continued through the ages, but her relationship through the land and the marital contact. That's very clear. And the ideas of the Upanishad and the Ramayana, the stories of Panchatantra are reached around the earth. You can understand, because of the trade, because of many people came to India, and through that only even the Panchatantra, Ramayana and Upanishad, they reached to the other nations. Because they are coming here to India for the trade purpose, and while they are going back, they are learning about maybe the Upanishads and the Ramayana and the Panchatantra, and they are taking away to their own nations. So these Upanishads, the Panchatantra and Ramayana reached to in the different nations by because of the trade, marital trade and inland trades are there. So this is helping because we are lying in the central part of the Asia. So the people can very easily reach to India, and India has the importance that specials is that we are able to go maybe the West Asia and also eastern side of the Asia without having any problems. And again when we go ahead, we can see that the influence of the Greek sculpture and architectural styles, dome shapes and minarets from West Asia can be seen in India. You know that we have our own architectural style, and you know that North Indian style also there, and the Dravidian style, that's the South Indian style. These are the both styles are for the India. But when we see that, and the tourist places, especially Delhi, so many different states of India, we can see maybe the different styles, especially the Greek sculptures and architectural style also we can see. Even Mughal style also we can see. And so many buildings are made in India, all the built in India, that different type of fusion style of building, fusion style of architecture we are able to see in India. Because these people influenced them, they came to India and they brought their own maybe architectural styles also in India. They have made, even Mughals also made so many buildings in India, and also even the Greeks and this type of cultures came to India. Because of that, they also have, the Turkish also have their own style of building, their own style of architecture they brought into India. So we have this type of building in India. So that are the, maybe we can say the main relationship to the India and the world. Now we have to go ahead. We'll see a few more topics that maybe now we have to learn about the India neighbors. You know that every nation they have their own neighbors are there. So we also having neighbors for our own India, our nations. So we can see that maybe here we have neighboring countries are the neighboring countries. And India occupy an important strategic position in South Asia. That's very clear. India occupies an important strategic position in South Asia. That's very clear. And you know that we have the states and union territories are there. You know, well, here mentioned the textbook, maybe India occupies the important strategic position in South Asia. India has 29 states and the 7 union territories that mentioned in our textbook. And you know that maybe the 2020, when we stepped out to the 2020, then we can understand that reduced. Now we can see there are 28 states and 8 union territories are there. And you know that before that was 29 states, now we have only 28 states and 8 union territories in 2020. That we have to understand. There are slight changes are there, maybe 29, and now we have to see maybe 28 are there. And again we are going ahead, we can see that so our neighbors are there mainly. We have northwest area also, we have our own neighbors. And northern side also we can see, and east and south, these are the areas also we are having different nations, different neighbors are there. So especially we can go for the northwest, we can understand that when we see the northwest part, see this is, can you see properly, India, and northern side, northwest side we can see, and which are the nations that are available over there. So here we can understand northwest part, Pakistan and Afghanistan is there. Okay, we are learning about the neighboring countries, India's and neighbors, and northwest. See, northwest we will see Pakistan and Afghanistan. Okay, and India, this is the location mentioned here. You know, maybe the northern hemisphere, India lies in northern hemisphere, and northern hemisphere also we can understand that, and our own in the Asia, and our neighbors are there. Northwest side of the India, we can see Pakistan and Afghanistan. And when we learn about the northern side, northern part of India, we can see China, Nepal, and Bhutan. Okay, northern side. North we can see China, Nepal, Bhutan. Okay. Okay, northern part we can see that from the India and China, Tibet, Nepal are there, and Bhutan are there, northern side. Okay, of India. So we learned about the northwest, Pakistan and Afghanistan are there, and the northern part we can see China, there's Tibet, Nepal, and Bhutan. That's the neighboring countries of India. And when we go ahead, eastern part. Eastern side we will see Myanmar and Bangladesh. Okay, on eastern side we can see eastern sides of India. We can see the neighboring countries are there, Myanmar and Bangladesh. And the southern part, that is south. South we can see maybe the island. Mainly islands are there. That are Sri Lanka and Maldives. Okay, so southern part we can see that maybe there are islands are there, our neighboring countries, just like Sri Lanka is there, and also Maldives are there. Maybe in your test tube you can see that maybe very clearly that mentioned here. Southern parts, okay, southern parts of India, you will get the maybe the neighboring countries are just like the Sri Lanka and the Maldives. So maybe the neighboring countries, I already explained which are the neighboring countries are countries of the India, and northwest we can understand that Pakistan and Afghanistan, and northern part we can see China, others Tibet, Nepal and Bhutan. Eastern side we can see that Myanmar and Bangladesh, and southern side, southern part we can see that two islands are mainly there, and Sri Lanka is there, and also the Maldives are there. And Sri Lanka separated from India by a narrow channel of a sea formed by the Pak Strait, and by Maldives situated to the south of the Lakshadweep. Okay, Lakshadweep will come under the India only, because located in India only, that mostly neighboring countries when we are thinking about Maldives are there, but southern part of Lakshadweep we can see that maybe the Maldives. Southern part of the our own Lakshadweep we can see Maldives islands are there. So all together we can see maybe the northwest, northern part, east and south. These are the sides. How many neighbors are there, and we are able to clearly we can see from the world map. Okay, so that only we are going to discuss from this topic. So almost this lesson is over. I hope that maybe you understand about the topic which I already explained. Maybe the first part I explained the locations and the size, and there are some half portion of the India and the world I explained. Today I explained rest of the apart from India and neighboring countries. I explained, and we have maybe the northwest, north, and the eastern side and southern part. How many neighboring countries are there? That also I explained very clearly. So that also mentioned very clearly in your textbook also. While you are reading the textbook carefully, you will get the information and you memorize properly and all the notes. So this lesson is only over. The first lesson of the geographical part. With the two parts I completed. Part 1, that's already over. Now the part 2. Through that we complete these 4 main topics from which a lesson talks about. That already completed. So now your task is that lesson is over. You have to read again and again the textbook. And there are so many objective questions are given there. You go through the objective type of questions and complete it. And also, there are some questions also mentioned there. And while you are reading the textbook, you are able to find out the question answer, you are able to write it your own copy, and you have to memorize. It's very clear. So, I would like to wind up this lesson by this time. And I hope that you understood all the points which I already discussed to you. And you learn carefully. And then, thank you very much. May God bless you all.